And Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, they would love, the parents would love Nityananda so much that they can't even breathe without him. So when they heard that, they felt unconscious. Hadai Pandit started crying. And he went to his wife crying, falling unconscious. He said, this sannyasi has made such an unusual request. As a grahastha, I can't say no. But as a father, I can't say yes. So what should I do? Asking the mother. How mother will say yes? But she is such a chaste wife. The Swamiji, Prabhuji, whatever you decide is okay with you. And he said, we can't say no to a sannyasi. And he gave Nityananda. And Nityananda left. For next few weeks, both of them didn't eat, didn't sleep, didn't drink. And they gave up their body. Both of them died in the separation of Nityananda. So we should know Krishna is the proprietor. The Lord is the proprietor. Everything belongs to Him. And at the time of death, He is going to take everything. Nothing we are going to carry next life. So why don't we give Him before death? What belongs to Krishna, what He is going to take anyway at death, if we give Him before death, we get the benefit of charity. Anyway, it is His. And giving Him His property, not a big deal. It's returning. But we get the benefit of charity. Such a nice boy. Krishna is such a nice Lord. He is giving us a benefit of charity of that object which belongs to Him and which is to be returned to Him. He is giving us the benefit of charity. We get millions of times more. So we should understand, a devotee should understand, Krishna is the supreme proprietor. Everything belongs to Him. So everything should be used in His service. Whatever you possess, use it in Krishna's service. And that way our house is purified, our income is purified, our clothes are purified, our family members are purified, our car is purified, our objects are purified. If you use it in the service of the Lord and His devotees. Then the next item of, next transcendental qualification of a devotee is tolerant. Free from false ego and tolerant. False ego. Ego, E-G-O. Ego means edging God out. When we keep God out of our life, I am the center, He is not the center. That's ego. False ego. Ego means identity. False ego means false identity. I, me, my, mine. All these are indicators of ego. I am a boy. I am a girl. I am an engineer. I am a husband. I am a father. I am a wife. I am brahmachari. I am grahast. I am brahmana. I am kshatriya. This is all false ego. My body, my bag, my clothes, my house. This is false ego. This is mine. This is mine. That's false ego. I am part and parcel servant of Krishna. That's real ego. That's our only identity. Anything else is false. So that's false identity. And ego is the neighbor of the soul, very close, very difficult to give this up. Very difficult to give this up. You know, when we study in schools, as soon as we learn some languages, some sentences, alphabet, words, they teach us how to write essay. What is the first essay we wrote?
Go.
Cow? That's advanced. Myself. First essay, myself. And what is the beginning? I am a boy in standard 5A. The name of my school. Start with false ego, you know. Start education with false ego. I am a servant of Krishna. That's what myself should be. But that's not what education is. Our education. Third class. Our education is not an education. What they teach has no meaning and usefulness in our life. Just they have made a degree and a career and money based on that education. That's not spiritual education. Anybody learned this? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Anybody learned this? How many of you? Please raise your hands. Go.
All.
All of us? Okay. Can anybody tell me the meaning of this?
No meaning.
There is no meaning to this existing. Search google.com if you want. Even the education minister of this country will not know. Forget it. Can you tell me the usefulness of this? Any time it got useful in your life? No. But even today it's not. Something which has no meaning, nobody in the world knows the meaning of it, something which has no utility in life is being taught. And when guests come in our house, the parents call the gudiya, idhar aao, uncle auntie ko poem sunao, and she goes, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and uncle auntie clap, wow, wow, good girl, and she thinks, I did a very big achievement today. Arey, what achievement you did? You spoke something whose meaning nobody knows. And nobody knows how to use it in life. That is our education. Another rain, go away, come again, another day. Little Johnny wants to play. Arey, we should explain children, without rain you can't eat. You should be happy when the rain comes because food grains will come. Especially where agriculture is so important, like India or even here, agriculture. Without agriculture, how will we survive? So whenever rain comes, you should be happy that rain has come. Now we will get grains. Without rains, you don't get grains. But people have no brains. So we need to train. That too again and again. Rain is very important. The farmers' children, they go to school. Rain, go away, come again another day. Same time the farmer sitting in the field, my dear Lord, please send rain, please send rain. Krishna will be so confused what to listen, father or children. Right? Father is sitting in the field, please Lord Krishna, please send rain. And children sitting in the school reciting, rain, go away. Why are you confusing children Krishna like that? So they should teach the importance of rain. Then there's another ringa, roses, pocket full of posies, husha, busha, all fall down. Anybody know the meaning of this?
You know?
If I tell you the meaning, you will cry. There was at one time very big contagious disease, Chechak, spread all over the, I think, European countries. Ringa, roses. It would have rings in the skin. People who die. It would have been pocket full of posies. Posies means medicine. They gave free medicines to every citizen. Every citizen's pockets were full of medicines. But still they would die because the infection was so strong. So somebody wrote this to express the agony at that time. Ringa, roses, pocket full of posies, husha, busha, all fall down. That in spite of free medicines in the pocket, people are falling down. And the symptoms of the medicines were rings on the body. So at that time, this poem was written in a very sadness, expressing that we have full medicines, but still people are dying. And now they play a circle, they make a circle and play and they fall down and they become very happy. What kind of education is this? This is not education. This is not. Everything is increasing the false ego. False ego is the reason we don't see Krishna. False ego is the curtain between us and Krishna. We say Krishna is here also, why can't we see? Because there is a curtain and that's curtain of false ego. Just like in the monsoon time, the sun is there and the clouds are there, but we can't see the sun. The clouds cover the sun. Right? No. The cloud is so small, the sun is so big. How can cloud cover the sun? The cloud covers our vision. The cloud covers our eyes. And we can't see the sun. So in the same way, false ego is covering our eyes, our consciousness, and we can't see Krishna. This is also called illusion or Maya. Krishna is everywhere, but we can't see because we are in Maya, we are in illusion, we are under false ego. Krishna is in this room also, in front of us right here, but we can't see because we are covered. Like, is there light in this room? Yes. Close your eyes. There will be no light. You will say, please turn on the light.
Hello?
You say, Arey, open your eyes, light is there. So if your eyes is closed, you see darkness. Nothing has to be done to light. Something has to be done to covering your eye. In the same way, nothing has to be done to Krishna. Something has to be done to covering my consciousness. And that's false ego, covering my consciousness. So I can't see Krishna. Otherwise, you can see Krishna 24 hours right here in this room or anywhere else. Krishna is everywhere. But there is a curtain, there is a cover. And that cover is false ego. The clouds are covering, we can't see the sun. Who makes the cloud? The sun. The sun evaporates ocean, water, and makes the cloud. So the false ego is made by Krishna. And who kills the cloud? Again the sun. By the shining of the sun, the clouds pour rain and the clouds are dispersed. And the wind is there. So Krishna is the one who removes the false ego when we surrender to him. So we surrender to Krishna. We can't take a stick and say, cloud, hut, go away. We can't do that. Can we? No, we can't do that. Very difficult. We can't move the false ego ourselves. But if Krishna shines in our life, the sun continues to shine, the cloud will go away. So we add Krishna to our life. We add Krishna to our food by offering Him. We add Krishna to our house by worshipping Him. We add Krishna to our life by doing everything for Him. So we add Krishna to our life, He will shine and the false ego will go away. Because of false ego we are not seeing Krishna. And because of false ego we are not seeing reality also. The same cloud when it covers the moon, we can't see the ground properly. All hazy. Moonlight is sufficient to see. But if the clouds are covering, it's all hazy. So the false ego covers our consciousness and we see everything hazy. We don't see reality. Yesterday we were discussing, if you were there, a rose flower, you don't see a real rose flower. Forget rose flower. You don't see what is that red object. You see based on your desire. That's false ego. A hazy situation, a hazy experience of reality. We don't see real object. We don't see real world. So all objects around us, including our body, we are using successfully. But that doesn't mean we are correct. We are using things in our life successfully, fulfilling our desires. I have desire of hunger, eating, desire of drinking, desire of marrying, and I am using it. But that doesn't mean I am correct. For example, if there was a fan and it is on and the Gita pages of the Bhagavad Gita are moving and I can't read, so I will take this mobile and keep it and pages will not move. So it will serve my purpose. I can do reading without disturbance. And I will say, oh, this Samsung people make good paperweights. Because I use this object as a paperweight and I was successful, it worked. So I say, good paperweight, Samsung makes good paperweight. But if the owner of the Samsung hears this, he will take sannyas. He said, what a foolish person. I made mobile, a communication device, and this fellow is using as a paperweight. So just because I am using my life to fulfill a particular desire of mine and it is successful, that doesn't mean I am right. Just I am using this object as a paperweight and it is successful, fulfilling my objective, does not mean I am right. Just by using technology to fulfill my desire doesn't mean I am being right. Just by using nature to fulfill my desire doesn't mean I am right. There has to be a knowledge to know what this object is. That's why Samsung people make a manual. If I use this object not as paperweight but as per that manual, then I am doing right things. Right? In the same way, Bhagavad Gita is a manual for our life. The Creator has made this creation, this body, and He has made this Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book. This is not man-made. 5,000 years ago this was written. Is there any book which is going on in the human society for 5,000 years? In 100, 200 years people forget. Right? But this book since 5,000 years. In Indian courts, in the judicial system, they take oath on Bhagavad Gita. You know this? They take oath on Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Quran. Why don't they take oath on Harry Potter? Or Times of India, magazine, newspaper, or 12th standard economics textbook, or engineering class textbook. No, how can you take oath of truth on untruth? Oath of truth has to be taken on truth. This knowledge has never changed. This is permanent truth. Never changed. You heard Bhagavad Gita version 2.1? Or Millennium Edition? No, Bhagavad Gita is same. Our school syllabus, every 5 years it changes. I don't know here. That also must be changing. So that's not truth. If it is truth, it will not change. But this Krishna never changed. So this is the manual to tell us how to really use this life. And this is very clear that I am soul. Krishna is God, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I should serve Him. Anything you do other than that is wrong, is incorrect. It's under false ego, it's illusion. And it will not give you good response, it will not give you good result, it will not give you good consequence. So we should serve Krishna. That's real ego. And we should tolerate things in life. Life will have painful situations. We should tolerate. Just like we discussed, humility is essential. Tolerance is equally essential. If humility is the first step for Krishna conscious progress, tolerance is the second step. And believe me, if you start tolerating, your advancement will become on top gear very fast. Tolerating pains in life. From childhood we are taught, if there is a problem, solve it. If there is a pain, remove it. Blame somebody, find out the cause, find out the source, and kill the source of pain. So Bhagavad Gita is completely different education. It doesn't say to solve the pain, it says to tolerate the pain. There is a difference between this. When we tolerate pain and at the same time serve Krishna, we become eligible legally to inherit the kingdom of God, to inherit Vaikuntha. As much as the child becomes legally eligible to inherit the father's property on the death of father, naturally, just by tolerating pain. We are used to blaming somebody for our pain, and that's not correct. Pain comes because of our previous karma, and whenever it fructifies. And when it fructifies, there is somebody around us who becomes the cause. The actual cause is our karma. But to reach us, it takes some instrumental cause. And we blame that person. That's not good. It's like this. For suppose, some of my previous karma gets fructified today. And today at 5 p.m., I am supposed to get paid. So 5 p.m. if I am in this house, I may get pain through somebody near me. Somebody may insult me or speak bad words to me. If I am in the road, some car may hit me. And if I am in the washroom, there might be water and my leg might slip. So all this will happen not because somebody poured water on the floor so that Prabhuji comes and slips. Water is there every day in the washroom. But I sleep only today. Why? Because 5 p.m. Because 5 p.m. the fruit has to come. So fruit will come not from the sky. It will come through a person around me. So whoever is around me will become the instrumental cause to give me fruit of my past karma. But that person is not the reason for that. The reason for that is my karma. And generally whom are we with whole day? Or most of the time? With near and dear ones or with strangers? Near and dear ones. So generally probability is they will become the instrumental cause of our karma. And we think my family members are so bad, strangers are so nice. Because you are not with strangers, so they don't become cause of your karma. If out of 24 hours, 20 hours you are with family, 4 hours you are outside, then what is the probability? Who will become the cause of karma? Your family members. So why to blame them? If you are with strangers, they will become cause of karma. So nobody is here making a plan to kill us or to beat us or to disturb us or to insult us. But it is happening because the nature is acting. And somebody who is around me becomes cause of pain to me because it is 5 p.m. because the time has come. So what should we do? We should tolerate it. If you react to it to increase the happiness, Prahlad Maharaj says, the distress in this world starts. The distress in this world starts when you start attempt to become happy. That is the point the distress starts. So a person should be tolerant. Sukha, dukkha, hot, cold, summer, winter, just tolerate. For that we should take responsibility of our pain. That my pain, I am responsible. Nobody else is responsible. As soon as I put responsibility on somebody else, it's difficult to tolerate. But if I take responsibility of my pain myself, it's very easy to tolerate. Just like if there is a mother who is a small child, is playing with ball in the house. And while playing with the ball, he breaks a piece of glass, very costly furniture item. What will mother do? She will scold the boy. How many times I told you not to play ball in the house, play outside. Is this playground? Is this to play ball? Is this a proper place? See, you broke such a costly glass. You get out from here, you naughty boy. Right? I'm sorry, I'm not so dramatic. I'm not used to it.
It's real.
And the mother will clean it up. Right? Suppose tomorrow while cleaning, the glass breaks from mother's hand. What will she do? Nothing, just clean it up and throw it. So loss was in both the cases. But in first case, the blame is on somebody else. So you scold, you become angry. In the second case, blame is on you. You don't become angry on yourself. You tolerate. So tolerance is easy when you take responsibility of your loss and pain. Tolerance is difficult when you put blame on somebody else for your loss and pain. So Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us, pain is yours. The responsibility of pain is yours. So the natural response to your own responsibility is to tolerate. And if we tolerate, many complications of life are closed immediately. And that tolerance gives us spiritual growth. The goal of life is not to tolerate. The goal of life is to grow in Krishna consciousness. So tolerance gives spiritual growth. Tolerance is mode of goodness. But if there are situations whereby tolerating we are not growing, that thing we should not tolerate. That's tamoguna. That's not mode of goodness. Sometimes there are abusive relationships, violent relationships, where exploitation is happening, where manipulation is happening, somebody using us for their sense gratification. That we don't tolerate. Why? Because that is not giving spiritual growth. Like we always read, Taror Iva Shahi Suna, we should tolerate like a tree. If you cut the branch of a tree, what happens? The tree tolerates, but at the same time a new branch grows. So tolerance should give growth. If any situation or relationship you are tolerating and it is not giving growth, that's a wrong application. Tolerance is mode of goodness. We don't tolerate mode of ignorance. If today evening you see something dirty in the house, you say, Prabhuji gave such a nice class on tolerance, I will tolerate this dirt. No, tolerating uncleanliness is mode of ignorance. Because uncleanliness is mode of ignorance. So we tolerate personal insults, personal pains, we tolerate taking responsibility and grow in spiritual life. There are so many examples of devotees who have tolerated. Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die in 7 days. He had an opportunity to counter curse. He had an opportunity to neutralize the curse. He could have gone and did negotiation for peaceful purposes. Or he could have got an army around him so that any snake comes, I will kill. Or he could have performed a yajna like his son to kill all the snakes of the world. Or he could have created a fort and sat inside it. Or he could have drank Amrit, so to counteract the poison. He could have done n number of things. He was so powerful. But what did he do? Nothing. He tolerated. He left everything, sat on the bank of the Ganges. Sukdev Goswami came and spoke Bhagavatam. We got Bhagavatam because Parikshit Maharaj chose to tolerate. If Parikshit Maharaj instead of tolerating had done something else against it, we would have not got Bhagavatam. So because of one person's tolerance, there is Bhagavatam in the whole society. So a devotee is tolerant. This is not a small thing, and this is not something which is just to be told. This is to be practiced. The response to pain is tolerance. And such a devotee is very dear to Krishna. Why he tolerates? That Krishna is merciful. This is Krishna is giving me. I am deserving more, but Krishna is giving less. You should depend on Krishna, that whatever he has prescribed for me is good for me. Like you go to doctor, he makes RX, prescription. 3 times this tablet, 2 times this tablet. It's bitter. Or 2 injections, it's painful. But we tolerate. In fact, we pay money to the doctor for that needle going inside. Why do we tolerate? Because we know this is for my cure. So whatever pain, insults happen in our life are for our cure, and we should tolerate. They are prescribed by Krishna. He is the doctor. We don't compare with others. If you are hospitalized and the doctor, visiting doctor comes and he sees your chart, say 3 days liquid diet, only soup. And he sees the neighbor's chart, full meal. And you say, this doctor not good, very partial. He is giving full meal and to me only soup. Not good doctor. Do you say that? No. You know, the doctor knows better, what should I take? You don't compare with other patients. In the same way in life, why we compare? That Krishna gives me like this, gives you like this. No, don't compare. He is a doctor. Krishna is visiting every day morning to our house and seeing our chart. Okay, 2 insults, 3 slaps, 5 gifts. No problem. 3 wounds. He writes prescription. And the day as it goes by, the prescription comes. And we say, thank you doctor. Thank you Krishna. I am grateful. I should get more, but you gave me less. And with the day passes, the next day, if we do that, our life will change. We will have a big transformation. By tolerance, we grow in Krishna consciousness. By attempting to fight with our pain, our energy gets wasted. Our heart becomes unpeaceful, disturbed, agitated. The relationship is even bitter. The experiences multiply more bad. And we can't grow in Krishna consciousness. Growth in Krishna consciousness is more important than fighting with this pain, which is inevitable. Why it's inevitable? Because we have done a karma. If we change the instrumental cause, somebody else will become cause of pain. We can't avoid, we can't fight with karma. It has to come. Every karma has a karma phala. Every action has equal opposite reaction. It has to come. So better it came today and finished it. At the end of life, when there are no karmas, we will go back home, back to Godhead. If there are some karmas pending, we will take another birth. So better finish it. You see Draupadi's life, how much pain she had, staying in the forest for 12 years, somebody disrobing her sari. What was her mistake? See Kunti's life, Sita Mata's life. Prabhupada himself had 2 heart attacks while on the boat to Boston, to New York. So much pain they have taken. But they have Prahlad Maharaj. Pain is there. And with no gain, without pain. Pain gives birth to bhakti. In the sense, when we respond to pain in that way. Pain is not cause of bhakti. When we respond to pain in life. So we are not inviting pain in life, but it's coming. So we tolerate. So this modern training to solve all problems and to eradicate all pains is not Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is tolerate. So when we tolerate, this is one step higher in our bhakti. We grow rapidly in life. So many times you will see this word coming in Gita and Bhagavatam. The devotee should be tolerant, devotee should be tolerant. This is not some soft preaching. This is real stuff to be tolerant. So Krishna says such devotees are very dear to me. Who are free from false ego, free from enviousness, free from proprietorship, equal in happiness and distress, and tolerant, and self-controlled. They are very dear to me. So we become dear to Krishna. By tolerating, we become dear to Krishna. And that's such a nice thing, to become dear to Krishna, to become a nice servant of Krishna. So we should inculcate this behavior in us, these qualities in us gradually, so that we quickly achieve Krishna conscious success. So this happens in 2 ways. By practicing nice devotional service, we will develop good qualities. By serving pure devotees who have these qualities, we get Mahaprasad, we get these qualities. And by following the process of bhakti, our heart is cleansed and these qualities develop. So the process is same. We continue doing devotional service and these qualities are developed. And whenever we have a choice to respond, we remember that let me respond in mode of goodness. Let me tolerate and see how things work. And believe me, it will work better. Anger is not a response. Fighting violence is not a response. Raising volume is not a response. It will not work. We have tried enough times. Tolerance will work. It will change our life. It will change our relationships. And we'll have a better situation. So we should try that. Okay? We'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So I'm just sorry I covered half the verse.
We are a little bit early finished. But anyway,
I'll take question answer.
Yeah. I mean, it was another 15 minutes